What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We're out here working on the 79 yellow coupe, old Nanner. And yeah, today we're going to pull the dash out. That way I can get the HVAC assembly pulled out and get the engine bay painted. I'm actually probably going to convert it over to a newer style AC evaporator core. That way it just looks a little bit cleaner. I figured I'd show you guys how to pull a dash, kind of not necessarily the quick way, but just kind of do a general overview. I know some of this can be intimidating to some of you guys that have never done it, but I promise it's really not that bad. It's just nuts and bolts, y'all. But so, and screws. But yeah, so first things first, you're gonna want to pull out your seats. And to pull out, you guys don't want to see my ugly mug, so I'll show you in the car. Pull out your seats. You got 2 in the front and 2 in the back. These are going to be 15 mil nuts. Some of the later model cars have bolts in the back. A lot of times your stud will pull out with the nut, kind of like this. Perfect example. The nut stays on the stud. That happens, not a big deal. Sometimes your stud will stay in there like it's supposed to. But anyway, so first things first. Ooh. Got some stuff. Anyways, once you get your seats pulled out, that makes life a lot easier. I would go ahead and pull off. You don't have to pull off your scuff plates, but I would pull off your kick panels because you're going to need access to these bolts right here. That's the 7/16 bolt. And then from there, what I'd actually do is go ahead and pull your center console out. Now, to get your center console, this is just kind of sitting in here, but to get this out, you've got 4 screws down in there, and then you've got 2 screws holding this e-brake cover on. Then you can kind of slide that back, pull that off, and from there, then you got to pull your shifter bezel out, and then you'll get to this where you're going to want to pull. There's 2 screws right here and right here, and then you can pull your ashtray part out, and there's 2 more down in there, and then that will kind of release this part from that bottom part down there, and then you can kind of pull out your center console as far as bolts wise. Now granted, you are still going to have some plugs back here in the back. I'll go to the other side and show you guys. All right, so I've already unplugged mine, but you're gonna have some plugs right here. There's 3 of them. Yeah, there's the other one. So 3 plugs that you're gonna have with all this stuff, and got some little spidey web going in there. That'll kind of release your center console. All right, from there, I would then pull your gauge cluster bezel, which is gonna be 3 Phillips head screws up here. That'll pull that bezel back. And then you can work on getting your dash pad out. That's 2 screws here, here, and same on the other side, there and there. And then once this bezel comes out, I believe there's 1 screw right here and 1 screw right here, if memory serves me correctly. And then you've got 2 more right there and right there. And then your dash pad will come off. That'll expose all the fasteners across the top. And then from there, what I would do is pull my column down. So you're going to go ahead and take this panel off. It's just going to be 2 Phillips head screws that'll drop right down, and then you can work on pulling your column down, which is going to be those 4 nuts here. I believe those are 9/16, if I recall correctly. There's, you're going to pull your hood latch down and all of that. So I'm going to get to that point right now. Once I get to that point, I'll pick up the camera and kind of show you guys. And if there's anything I forgot, I'll touch bases on that too. So let's get at it. All right, I know I'm going to talk about taking out the glove box. So what you're going to want to do is there's actually 3 screws. There's 1 right here, and right here. They're kind of tucked up under there. But 3 screws, that'll pull your glove box straight out. And then there's a 7/16 or 11 mil right here that I'm going to take out. What that is that's your bracket. This solid bracket right here that goes up to the firewall. 9/16 nuts off of there, and as you'll see now, I like to leave 1 Let's see if you guys can see it. I know there's a lot of stuff dangling down here. I leave one in place up here. My finger is. It don't matter which one, but that just helps secure the column in place or hold it up while you work on getting those wires out of there. So, and they can get kind of bound up on the studs, so make sure you're paying attention on that. I'll try to get this off of here and I'll show you guys it. There you go. They'll get bound up on these because these move back and forth, so you'll have one that gets stuck. And just the best thing that I've always found is just shove it all the way back in there and then drop it straight down, and it usually works 9 times out of 10. So you see, if you just leave that steering column hanging, how much pressure that puts on that boot. So get a piece of wood or something, put it under your steering wheel, that way you're not putting a bunch of pressure on that boot. So yeah. Oh, I did forget, you're gonna have this bracket right here with this Torx bit you're gonna have to undo as well. I think I already went over. You got a bolt right here that you're gonna have to get out, and I'll show you guys the ones across the top. I'm gonna take the dash pad out. All right, so for the screw or the bolts on the top of the dash, you've got 5 of them. You got one right here, one right here, you got one in the middle right there, and then you got one right here and another one over there. So go ahead and take those out. And what I'm going to start working on right now, though, is getting the gauge cluster out. I got to take this out anyway, clean everything up. I probably end up painting the needles and all that, so I'm going to pull this out. Basically 4 screws on these. I think there's one big plug, and then you got your speedo cable wire, or your speedo cable, I should say. And that should be it for the cluster. We take that out, and we're not far off, so let's get at it. All right, you guys remember how I was just telling you about everything's brittle on these old cars? Yeah, that used to go there. I never in my life have seen a cluster this bad. I mean, it is so bad to the point of, I mean, it's cracking and breaking. I mean, it's just so, like, that took nothing to break that. It's even cracked down in here. So we'll probably be on the lookout for a 79 to 82 cluster. I believe I have one. I just need to look in my stash. Good thing about this is we can always swap our speedometer back in the car and all that stuff. A lot of times you can actually take the back housing off, and I might be able to just swap this housing, because this plastic, I'm pretty sure this plastic comes off once you undo a lot of this stuff. So we'll look into that. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We might be able to kind of rig something up and use this one temporarily. We'll just kind of cross that road when we get there. However, if you guys are doing a swap in an earlier model car, you'll see how it says 4, 6, and 8. That's for your cylinder count. So this had a 6-cylinder, it's pointing at the 6. We're going to swap it to an 8. Go ahead and turn that with a flat tip screwdriver, and yeah, your tack will be accurate for a 8-cylinder. Pretty neat stuff. The only big thing with this, like I said, just, I mean, be as careful as you can with this stuff, but the thing that's going to fight you the most is going to be your speedo cable. Now, the easiest way to do this is, you'll see this tab right here. Just simply press down on that and pull back. That's all you have to do. Press down on it and pull back. And that'll release that. What you're doing is, if you guys can see this, I don't know, but you'll see there's a tab where my thumb is over here. When you press that down, this top part, it releases that tab on that other side. You can kind of see that, and then you can pull it out. So I fought with those a lot when I first started messing with these cars, and so that's pretty much it. But you'll have 2 main plugs, and then a single wire here, and that's actually labeled on the back of the cluster. It says green on it. Yeah, so we'll go ahead. We're getting pretty close here, y'all. Go ahead and take the 5/8 mils off the top, and that Torx this bolt over here, and it pretty much should be ready to pull out. That guy right there is what's holding us up. 1/16 out over there. Make sure we're good over here. Oh, yep. I think just got the one on this side. Cool. And should be able to pull the dash back. So. What's that? Oh, nothing. Just another piece of the dash falling apart. Whoa. Wiring harness over here is still plugged in. No. All right, y'all. We're back. It's actually a different day here. I did get the dash out on the last clip. Sorry I wasn't able to really film it. I actually went to go pull the dash back and completely, I don't know how, completely forgot about all of the connections on the side. I'll show you guys those now. Ooh, a little windy out here. Got the hood up, might need to go close it. Anyway, so basically what you're gonna have is you're gonna have these connections, and what they do is they run up the side here and they come out of this hole right here, and then they plug into your dash on both sides. You'll have, let's see, 1, 2, and then this one, and then you'll actually have one more. Let me see. You should have another one. That actually might stay attached to the dash. But either way, you'll have one that goes to your little door light switch things, and then yeah, you'll have the same thing on the other side. Basically, we'll go to that kick panel. Just unplug those, and then you can pull the whole dash out. I did forget, actually, there's a couple. You want to disconnect all of these. Goes to your brake light switch, and then you'll have the 3 over here on this bracket. That big one, that gray one there, and then that one right there on the camera. So you have 3 on there. Once you disconnect those, then you can pull it all out. But yeah, I mean, you kind of see none of this is like rust. This is like spray on sound deadener stuff is what it looks like. Like I can put my, it's like kind of gooey feeling. So it kind of looks like rust, but I assure you it's not. Yeah, so what we're going to work on now is pulling out the heater box. In order to get that out, we'll go ahead, we'll take this bracket off of here, and then you can either take it off of here or in those, or you can just drop it, boop, boop, and then the that'll be good for up top. You'll have one bolt kind of down here, right there. Take that out. And then you'll have 2 nuts on the firewall side. I'll show you those now. And your heater box should pull out. So these studs coming out of your firewall, right there and there. You'll have a 7/16 like this. Take both of those out. And the heater box should come out. Let's get that done. Also wanted to touch bases on your heater controls as well. So you can leave all that assembly on the dash. Just disconnect your vacuum plug, and then you'll have a wire that comes in, clips onto this. You can just basically pull that down, and then it actually clips into this retainer. This retainer kind of sits like this. The wire comes through this side, clips on the inside of that, and then kind of push it through this way. So pretty easy, and then you can leave all that stuff attached to the dash. All right, y'all. Well, got a little update for you. It's been a little while. Went ahead and got that heater box taken out and a plethora of other stuff. So let me turn this camera around and show you what we're working with. All right. Yeah, basically everything is out of the engine bay. This is the best way to do them, in my opinion. This is the way that I like to do them. Yeah, it takes a lot more work up front to get everything out of there, but the end result is worth it. As you guys can see, we have a little bit of surface rust going on, but nothing is major at all. We'll be able to take care of that very easily. And we started actually just doing a couple little test spray outs to see what I like. I got 2 different colored yellows. This is obviously a much brighter yellow. You can see it on camera. It's not quite that bright in person. And then from about here down, I got another yellow. Now I will say this yellow matches like almost perfectly. So I'll probably end up going with this one, but this one is a little bit brighter. Now I'll show you guys the gas cap lid because I went ahead and polished it, did a quick polish on it. And so here's the gas cap lid. We did a quick polish on it. You can see, kind of see a little bit of a reflection. And oh, when you kind of put them next to each other, they're very close. So let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of up in the air on what to do. Now keep in mind, this isn't clear coated. That color will change a bit once I clear coat it. This is more of a glossy yellow, just right out of the can. So let me know what you guys think about that. But yeah, other than that, like I said, we went ahead and got everything out here. Went ahead and picked up a clutch pedal assembly yesterday here locally for pretty cheap. So once we get the engine bay sprayed, we'll go ahead and swap that out. But there's a kind of a, I don't know, method to the madness, I guess. But order of operations. So we'll get the engine bay painted. It's kind of neat. This 79. This is actually the brake line runs through the car. So kind of neat. We'll probably end up swapping that out. I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to run a newer 87 93 style or what. Yeah, sorry. I know this video is super long. Started out pulling the dash and all that other stuff, but basically where we're at now is we're basically ready to start prepping out the engine bay to get it painted. And that's a big step in all of this, is once the engine bay is painted, then it's kind of on to reassembly. But we do have some work to do in the engine bay. I want to go ahead and I'll show you guys what I want to do. What I'd like to do, or what I'm going to do rather, I'm going to take the hood hinge cups out. I ordered a set, so I'm going to replace those to clean up all of this surface rust. We'll get that all treated. Then we'll get the hood hinge cups put back on. And because I do like to paint, I know a lot of people just replace the hood hinge cups and then they leave them black. To each their own. I think they look better body color, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do that. We're going to fix that. We're going to definitely clean up all of that. And then primer everything that needs primered. Definitely going to wire wheel all of this. I need to actually cut this bolt out for the battery box. That'll be easy to do. And then we've got this. I don't know if I touched bases on this or not, but someone tried to tow the car off of the hood latch bracket. And yeah, it's a big no-no. It ended up ripping out the insert for the hood latch bracket. It's supposed to look more like that. And so we got to do something with that. Like I said, I know I probably touched basis on that. But yeah, this K member is going to go out of here. This is also, another little test spot there. But K member is going to be gone. That's a straight 6 K member, so you got to swap all that out for the V8 stuff. But at this point, I'm just rambling on, and this video is long enough. So I just want to say, if you guys are still here watching, I greatly appreciate it. And I watch each and every one. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys that watches the video and comments and subs. And I know we're a small channel, but we're trying to do something here, trying to get it growing. But if you guys want to, leave a comment, leave a like on the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.